Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive.
Hello.
Today, we're embarking on a journey to an island that, well, most people think they know.
Right.
But the truth is, the image many of us hold is only one small, albeit very vivid, piece of its far more intricate puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Koh Phangan.
The one and only.
Now, let's unpack this. When the name Koh Phangan is spoken, what's the first thing that springs to mind for most?
Well, that's easy.
Yeah. Our sources suggest it's often a singular, globally recognized spectacle.
The full moon party.
Exactly. Picture a full moon, heavy and luminous, hanging in a velvety tropical sky.
Yep.
Below, on the curving sands of Haad Rin Beach, a tide of 30,000 bodies pulses one.
30,000. It's immense.
They're neon-streaked, eyes wide with exhilaration, moving in a chaotic, hedonistic sea of humanity to the relentless, booming beat of dozens of sound systems.
The sound.
Eh.
You can probably feel it as much as hear it.
Totally. Fire dancers twirl flaming ropes, their movements synchronized to trance, house, and techno.
Right, the whole spectacle.
The air itself is thick with tropical flowers, sweat, and maybe a hint of ozone from the pyrotechnics, creating an almost ritualistic, immersive experience for many.
A real sensory overload.
This is the full moon party, an icon, a rite of passage for millions, and a global shorthand for untamed revelry. It's the dominant narrative, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's the image that has traveled furthest and cemented itself in the collective consciousness. No doubt about it.
But immediately I want you to juxtapose that vivid, almost overwhelming sensory explosion with another image.
Okay.
This one emerges just before dawn on a quiet, mist-shrouded hillside far, far from that southern peninsula's Thraman base.
A world away.
Here, in the profound, almost sacred silence of a monastery, the only sounds are the rustle of a monk's robes and the pre-dawn chorus of the jungle.
That sounds completely different.
A symphony of cicadas, frogs, and unseen birds slowly awakening.
Wow.
The view isn't of a crowded beach or neon lights, but of a vast, unbroken canopy of emerald green.
Just jungle.
It's a wilderness that seems to swallow all sound, all chaos, all artificial light, revealing an ancient landscape where time itself appears to slow.
That's Koh Phangan's other face.
Its often forgotten soul, yes.
Yeah.
A profound wellspring of peace and natural beauty.
It's hard to hold both images at once.
It really is. And our mission for this deep dive, guided by a compelling collection of articles, research, and personal accounts, is to navigate this profound duality.
Right.
We're going to explore how sacred history and modern hedonism don't just coexist here, but often dance together in a fascinating, sometimes paradoxical embrace.
That dance is key.
We'll trace its historical context, from ancient reverence and surprising royal connections to the very practicalities of how one arrives and moves around this island, demonstrating how your choices shape the version of Koh Phangan you'll experience.
Because it really does.
Our sources argue compellingly that seeing this island as merely a party capital is to miss its true, rich essence entirely. So let's peel back those layers.
Let's do it.
So we've painted those two initial contrasting pictures. The vivid global consciousness of the full moon party versus that quiet, almost forgotten soul known to far fewer.
The extremes are incredible.
It's truly remarkable how one small island can hold such extremes. We're talking about up to 30,000 people, neon glowing on the sands, dozens of massive sound systems thumping.
All that energy focused in one spot.
And then simultaneously, this profound silence in a monastery, with only the jungle's pre-dawn chorus and the rustle of robes, looking out over an untouched wilderness.
It's almost impossible to believe these two realities exist side by side.
Our sources introduce the central argument. Koh Phangan is an island of profound duality, a place where these two utterly contradictory images must be held simultaneously in your mind to truly grasp its nature.
You have to see both.
But what are the deeper roots of this fascinating split? It can't just be recent, can it?
No, not at all. What's fascinating here is how deeply rooted this duality is, stretching back through the island's history long before the first rave or the first backpackers set foot on Haad Rin. But we're not just talking about recent developments. Archaeological evidence, like the bronze drum of the Dongsan culture.
Dongsan?
Yeah, an ancient civilization known for its really sophisticated Bronze Age art across Southeast Asia. They found one of these drums on neighboring Simile.
Right next door.
Exactly. And it indicates settlements here on Koh Phangan date back more than 2 millennia.
2,000 years. Wow.
So this wasn't merely an uninhabited outpost. It was a place with ancient human connection, likely imbued with a sense of sacredness and community from very early times.
Makes sense.
Our sources hint at the island's enduring natural resources, like its abundant fresh water and fertile soil, making it a compelling spot for early settlements, and giving rise to a deep-seated respect for its environment.
So there's an ancient reverence baked in?
Precisely. And this reverence didn't stop there. It continued into more recent history with the Thai monarchy, an institution that holds immense cultural and spiritual significance in Thailand.
Right. The monarchy is hugely important.
Absolutely. King Chulalongkorn, or Rama V. His reign from 1868 to 1910 was a pivotal era. Modernization, but also keeping Siam independent from colonial powers.
A really key figure.
And he visited the island an astonishing no fewer than 14 times.
14. A king visiting this one island.
14 times. Think about that for a moment. An influential visionary monarch making such a deliberate and repeated effort to visit.
He wasn't just passing through.
Definitely not. He was actively engaging with the island, going so far as to carve his initials into rocks beside its waterfalls, specifically at Than Sadet.
He carved his own initials.
Yep. And formally declared their waters sacred.
Wow, sacred waters.
This royal legacy provides a stark, almost jarring contrast to the island's contemporary party reputation, doesn't it?
Completely jarring. It's a testament to a very different kind of value and respect.
Suggesting that Koh Phangan held a spiritual and natural significance at the very highest echelons of Thai society. It was seen as a place of retreat, of natural sanctity.
14 visits from a reigning king of that stature. That detail alone profoundly reshapes the typical image of Koh Phangan. It makes you wonder how an island so deeply touched by royal reverence could become so globally synonymous with something completely different.
Yeah, how did that happen?
How did this misleading brand, as you put it, actually come about?
Well, it is a powerful but deeply misleading brand built almost entirely on the global perception, which, as we discussed, is dominated by the full moon party.
Right, that one image.
Our sources highlight that the intense focus on this one small corner of the island Haad Rin has, paradoxically, shielded and preserved the island's other attributes.
Shielded? How so?
Because so much international attention, and indeed tourist traffic, is diverted to the party scene. The island's world-class wellness scene, its pristine natural parks like Mu Koang Thong Marine Park nearby, its quiet fishing villages, and its deep royal history have largely been protected.
Okay. So everyone goes to the party.
And leaves the rest relatively undisturbed. They've been insulated from the kind of mass, unfocused tourism and rapid, often unsustainable development that might have otherwise overwhelmed them.
So it's preservation by paradox.
Exactly. It's a truly unique form of preservation by paradox.
That's fascinating.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it suggests that the very untamed energy of the parties has, in a strange and wonderful way, preserved the profound serenity of its other half.
The chaos protects the calm.
In a way, yes. The partygoers congregate in their specific zones, often without ever venturing far, and this concentration of activity leaves the vast majority of the island's natural and cultural heritage relatively untouched.
Right.
It forces us to reconsider how we define places based on a single, often superficial narrative. These aren't just separate entities coexisting.
No.
The chaos and the calm are, in fact, two sides of the same extraordinary coin. They feed into and, in a sense, protect each other, creating a dynamic equilibrium that's incredibly fragile but surprisingly resilient.
And the locals, what do they make of this?
Our sources even touch on how local communities, while sometimes grappling with the party's impacts, noise, waste, etc.,
Sure, it's the downsides.
often appreciate the economic stability it brings, which in turn can indirectly fund efforts to preserve other parts of the island. So it's complex.
That concept of preservation by paradox truly is mind-bending, the idea that one extreme protects its opposite. But how sustainable is that in the long run? Do the sources discuss any friction points or even unintended consequences of such a stark division on the island?
That's an excellent question, and our sources do delve into some of the complexities. While the paradox offers a form of preservation, it's not without its challenges.
Like what?
For instance, the very concentration of party tourism in Haad Rin means the particular area experiences immense environmental strain. Think waste management issues, noise pollution.
Infrastructure must be stretched thin there.
Exactly. It's stretched to its limits. Meanwhile, other areas like the secluded northern beaches struggle with the opposite problem.
Too little development.
Right. Limited development means less accessible healthcare or educational facilities for local residents who might actually wish for more balanced growth.
Ah, okay. So it's not a perfect system for everyone living there.
Not at all. So, while the paradox maintains a certain balance for the tourist experience of duality, it creates its own set of internal tensions and uneven development for the island as a whole. It's a constant balancing act.
Fascinating. It reveals a depth that a simple party island label completely misses. And speaking of getting there, the journey itself to Koh Phangan is the first crucial step in understanding this island's unique character.
Definitely.
It's not a place you just stumble upon or parachute into. There's a very specific, and I'd argue, character-building aspect to arriving here that immediately sets it apart.
The journey matters.
A crucial fact to grasp, and one that fundamentally shapes the entire island experience, is that Koh Phangan has no airport. None.
Zero airport. That's key.
This isn't just a logistical detail, it's a defining characteristic. Every single visitor arrives by sea, and this forced transition slows the pace considerably.
It makes you slow down before you even arrive.
It elevates the entire experience, heightening that sense of arrival, making it feel less like just another destination and more like an expedition, a deliberate pilgrimage.
A commitment.
The path you choose to cross the Gulf of Thailand often dictates the nature of your entire trip, setting the tone for the version of Koh Phangan you're about to experience, and subtly filtering who actually makes it to the shores.
Indeed, the absence of an airport has been a significant insulator for Koh Phangan, acting as a natural filter and protecting it from the rapid, direct influx of mass tourism that has transformed many other islands.
It keeps things a bit different.
Exactly. When considering how to get there, you essentially have two main options, each catering to different priorities and, crucially, to different types of travelers.
Okay, what are they?
First, there's the more seamless, comfortable, but often pricier option, flying into Samui International Airport, or USM.
Ah, fly to the neighboring island, Koh Samui.
Right. This airport is privately owned by Bangkok Airways, which contributes to the notoriously higher cost of flights compared to other destinations in southern Thailand.
Yeah, I've heard Samui flights can be expensive.
They can be, because Bangkok Airways exerts significant control over routes and pricing. However, for those on tighter schedules, with a larger budget, or simply prioritizing convenience, it's undeniably the quickest route.
So, fly to Samui, then what?
From USM, you're looking at a short, maybe 10-minute taxi ride to Bang Rak Pier, a small, efficient hub.
Okay.
Then you catch a high-speed catamaran ferry for a swift 30-minute crossing directly to Koh Phangan.
30 minutes, that's quick.
Very. This route is designed for efficiency and convenience, minimizing travel time once you're in the Gulf. It appeals to those seeking a more luxurious or time-sensitive entry point.
Got it. Less hassle, more cost.
Pretty much. These travelers often arrive with pre-booked transfers and might head straight to higher-end resorts, perhaps bypassing much of the island's, let's say, gritty charm.
Okay, so that's option one. What's the other way?
The alternative, and what a significant majority of budget-conscious travelers and those planning longer stays opt for, is the mainland route via Surat Thani.
Surat Thani, that's the big transport hub on the mainland coast, right?
Exactly. This path offers more flexibility in terms of your starting point and budget, but demands a greater investment of time and effort.
How do you get to Surat Thani?
You could begin your journey in Bangkok with a budget flight from Don Mueang Airport. Think AirAsia or Nok Air.
Right, the budget airport.
Or you can experience a classic overnight train from the historic Kuala Lumpur station, which in itself is an adventure.
Oh yeah, the sleeper trains are great.
They are. Bustling platforms, vendors, the rhythmic clack of the tracks. Or, for the truly intrepid, a long-distance bus offers the most economical option.
So plane, train, or bus to Surat Thani.
Correct. All these routes eventually converge on Surat Thani City, a busy provincial capital. From there, it becomes a combined bus and ferry ticket.
Ah, the classic combo ticket.
Yep. This involves a bus journey to Don Sak Pier, which is a bit of a drive, maybe 60 to 90 minutes through rural landscapes.
Okay.
Followed by a ferry ride across the Gulf that can take anywhere from 90 to 150 minutes, depending on the service.
90 minutes to 2.5 hours on the ferry.
Yeah, the slow car ferries offer a more local experience, while the faster catamarans are quicker.
So what's the total time from Surat Thani City?
The total transfer time from Surat Thani to Koh Phangan is approximately 4 to 5 hours.
4 to 5 hours. Okay, that's significant.
It's a significant undertaking, but a much more cost-effective and, some would say, culturally immersive one. These travelers are often backpackers, digital nomads, or those on extended trips.
People with more time than money, perhaps.
Or people for whom the journey is as much a part of the adventure as the destination itself.
Right. And where did these ferries actually land on Koh Phangan?
Good question. Regardless of which route you choose, nearly all visitors disembark at the bustling piers of Thong Sala.
Thong Sala.
This isn't just any fort. Thong Sala is the island's administrative capital and its commercial heart. It serves as the primary gateway, the central node from which the island's adventures truly begin,
The starting point.
and where its limited road network radiates out to the various regions. It's your first taste of the island's local life, a vibrant, somewhat chaotic introduction before you decide which face of Koh Phangan you'll engage with.
That point about the journey acting as a gatekeeper really resonates. It means that by the time you arrive, you've already invested time and effort physically separating yourself from the mainland's rapid pace.
Definitely.
Could you elaborate on how that might filter out certain types of tourists and what the long-term impact of that filtering might be for the island's culture?
Absolutely. This raises an important question. How does this controlled and often lengthy arrival process filter visitors and, in turn, set a distinct expectation for the island's character? It's fundamentally different from easily accessible destinations like Phuket or Krabi.
Yeah, where you just land at the airport and you're there.
Exactly. The very effort required to reach Koh Phangan might naturally select for travelers who are more patient, perhaps more adventurous, or those actively seeking something beyond the easily consumed package tour experience.
It kind of pre-screens them?
In a way, yes. It pre-screens for those who are willing to invest a little more in their journey, perhaps preparing them subconsciously for the island's deeper complexities, rather than just its surface-level allure.
You appreciate it more if you worked for it.
Possibly. You're not just stepping off a plane into a resort. You're actively engaging in a journey that demands a bit more from you. And in doing so, potentially fosters a greater appreciation for what you find.
And the long-term impact on the culture.
Well, the long-term impact on the island's culture, as our sources suggest, is multifaceted. It creates a community of visitors and expats who are often more committed to staying longer.
Right.
And perhaps more sensitive to the island's unique rhythm. It cultivates a slower, more deliberate form of tourism, protecting it from the rapid, high-volume influx that can quickly erode local traditions and natural environments.
So fewer tourists overall, maybe, but perhaps more engaged ones?
That seems to be the case. Those who do come often contribute more deeply to the local economy and culture, seeking authentic experiences rather than just fleeting entertainment. This deliberate filtering helps to maintain a sense of community and a unique island identity that might otherwise be lost.
That's a profound thought, that the very act of getting there is a form of initiation. And once you've arrived, how you move around really matters, because Koh Phangan's geography is truly the primary author of its destiny.
It absolutely is.
It's not a flat, easily navigable island, which is part of its charm, isn't it?
Definitely part of the charm.
And
the challenge.
Imagine this. The island's interior is dominated by a rugged spine of mountains, densely covered in what can often feel like impenetrable jungle.
Proper jungle.
This isn't just picturesque scenery, it's a living, breathing ecosystem teeming with wildlife, waterfalls hidden in verdant valleys, and challenging trails.
Lots to explore if you're adventurous.
Then you look at the coastline. It's a dramatic mix of weathered granite outcrops and incredibly beautiful sheltered bays.
Not those long, straight beaches.
Exactly. You won't find the long, sweeping, uninterrupted stretches of sand that you might associate with, say, Koh Samui or Phuket. Instead, each beach feels like a secluded discovery.
Like finding your own little spot.
This challenging terrain, combined with what has historically been a pretty poor road system, though it's steadily improving,
Slowly but surely.
has naturally limited large-scale, uncontrolled development.
But the mountains acted as a barrier.
So what does this all mean for you as a visitor? It has inadvertently preserved a wild, untamed character that, ironically, is now one of its greatest assets.
Its wildness is its appeal.
Instead of a uniform landscape, the island is best understood as a collection of distinct regions, almost like separate mini-worlds carved out by the very land itself.
Little pockets.
Each one offers a uniquely different facet of Koh Phangan's personality, shaped by its access, its natural features, and the communities that have grown within them.
That's precisely right. The island's geography doesn't just shape its development. It actively dictates the kind of experiences you'll have. Let's take a tour through these distinct regions.
Okay, guide us through.
And you'll quickly see how these physical differences manifest the island's diverse faces, or rather, its multiple personalities.
Right.
We start naturally at Thong Sala, which we've already established as the hub.
Where the ferries arrive.
Exactly. It's the first and last impression for most visitors, serving as a functional town. Less about charm and more about utility. Here you'll find the main piers, the government offices, banks, and the largest concentration of shops and services.
All the practical stuff.
Providing all the necessary amenities for both locals and travelers. But its most vital contribution to the traveler's experience, in my opinion, is the Pantip market, more commonly known as the Thong Sala night market.
Ah, the night market. Food, right.
Well, yes. This isn't just any market. It's the undisputed culinary epicenter of the island. Our sources suggest it serves almost as a communal anchor, drawing together the disparate elements of Koh Phangan, local families picking up dinner, partygoers looking for sustenance, wellness enthusiasts seeking healthy options, curious tourists.
Everyone ends up there.
Pretty much. Imagine a vibrant explosion of scents and flavors, street food stalls serving up everything from classic pad thai and fiery curries to fresh seafood grilled to perfection, exotic fruit shakes, delicious traditional desserts.
Making me hungry just thinking about it.
It's a place where the island's varied populations mingle, creating a relaxed evening tone that is far removed from the more intense energies found elsewhere, subtly reminding everyone of the shared daily rhythm beneath the extremes.
A nice slice of local life. Okay, where next?
Then we travel south to Haad Rin, which is unequivocally the party peninsula.
Okay, ground zero for the full moon party.
This area possesses global notoriety, and it is, quite frankly, a town built for one purpose: to host the full moon party.
Laser focus.
Geographically, it's quite fascinating, occupying a narrow, flat isthmus at the island's southeastern tip. This peninsula is defined by two back-to-back beaches.
Two beaches.
Yep. To the east, you have Sunrise Beach, also known as Haad Rin Nok, meaning outside or outer.
Sunrise Beach, that's the famous one.
That's the main stage for the monthly festivities. A classic crescent of fine white sand that becomes absolutely packed with a solid wall of bars and restaurants like Cactus Bar or Paradise Bungalows.
Right.
All geared towards the party scene. It's a spectacle of light and sound.
And the other beach.
To the west, you find Sunset Beach, or Haad Rin Nai, meaning inside or inner.
Haad Rin Nai.
This side is more utilitarian, often offering quieter accommodation choices, but its shoreline is generally less appealing for swimming, and can sometimes be littered with flotsam, as it's more sheltered from the open sea.
So one party beach, one slightly functional beach.
Pretty much. And the development between these two beaches is what I describe as a chaotic, cramped, and often rather ugly warren of concrete shophouses, guest houses, and businesses entirely catering to the party crowd.
Tattoo parlors, souvenir shops.
Exactly. It all centers around a crossroads known as Chicken Corner.
Chicken Corner, why?
Our sources don't pinpoint a single origin for this nickname, but locals suggest it refers to the busy, almost frenetic intersection where taxi drivers would loudly call out for passengers, much like chickens clucking for feed.
Huh. Okay, I can picture that.
And a rather amusing, if unflattering, sign points out the Haad Rin Swamp, a large, often stagnant body of water in the middle of the headland that, despite some half-hearted attempts at beautification, perfectly encapsulates the raw, unpolished, and slightly gritty feel of this party hub.
Charming. So that's Haad Rin. What about the opposite end of the spectrum?
Right. Now let's take a complete detour, a world away from the mania of Haad Rin, and head to the west coast. This is truly the wellness and Sunset Coast.
Ah, the calm side.
The sensory difference here is palpable. The air itself seems to hum with a different energy. This is the island's spiritual and tranquil heartland, the village of Sri Thanu in particular.
Sri Thanu, I've heard of it. Yoga Central, right?
It has become the undisputed global capital of yoga, meditation, and holistic wellness on Koh Phangan. Our sources suggest it earned this reputation due to a combination of factors. Early expat practitioners establishing retreats in the 90s, the naturally serene and verdant environment, and a strong sense of community among those seeking personal growth.
So it grew organically.
It seems so. When you arrive here, you genuinely feel the air itself seems calmer, and the pace of life perceptibly slows. It's a haven for those seeking inner peace, personal growth, healthy living.
What kind of things are there?
Countless yogashalas, offering styles from vinyasa to ashtanga, detox centers providing juice fasts and colonics, silent meditation retreats, Reiki healing, and a thriving scene of vegan and vegetarian cafes.
A whole different world.
Completely. North of Sri Thanu, The coastline continues to charm with a series of handsome sandy bays, each renowned for its spectacular sunsets.
Sunsets are big on the West Coast.
Huge. Haad Yal and Haad Salad are two of the most beautiful among them, offering pristine sand and calm, shallow waters that are ideal for families and safe swimming.
Good for kids, then.
Very. They exude a relaxed, upscale atmosphere where the focus is on natural beauty, good food, boutique resorts, and soaking in the tranquil evenings as the sun dips below the horizon in a blaze of fiery color.
Sounds idyllic.
Painting the sky with hues of orange, pink, and purple. It really is quite special.
Okay, so we've got the hub, the party, the wellness. What's left?
Moving further, we delve into the north and east, which can truly be described as the wild frontier.
The wild frontier. Sounds adventurous.
These are the most remote, mountainous, and sparsely populated regions of Koh Phangan, where the dense jungle meets the sea most dramatically. Here you get a genuine sense of the island's untamed nature, its raw, unspoiled beauty.
Harder to get to.
Often accessible only via challenging roads or by long-tail boat. In the north, the fishing village of Choloklam offers a wonderful glimpse into the island's more traditional way of life.
A real fishing village.
An active working harbor, still largely untouched by the larger tourist developments. You can see local fishermen mending their nets, boats bringing in the day's catch,
And probably great seafood.
and enjoy some of the freshest seafood in unpretentious local restaurants. It's a powerful counterpoint to the more commercialized south.
Nice. What else up there?
On the northeastern corner, nestled at the end of a steep, winding, and sometimes challenging road, you find the stunning twin bays of Thong Nai Pan Noi and Thong Nai Pan Yai.
Twin Bays.
These beautiful coves offer a sophisticated blend of luxury resorts and laid-back beachfront restaurants. They feel like a self-contained paradise.
A bit more developed, but still remote.
Exactly. Offering both upscale comfort and serene relaxation, isolated enough to maintain a very distinct, peaceful vibe, almost like a secluded sanctuary for those willing to make the journey.
You have to earn it.
You do. And then finally we have the legendary Bottle Beach, or Haad Quad.
Bottle Beach. I've heard stories. Is it really that hard to reach?
Tucked away on the northern coast, this idyllic stretch of sand is unique because it is largely inaccessible by road.
No road. Seriously.
Seriously. To reach this pinnacle of seclusion, you either need to hire a long-tail boat from a nearby beach like Choloklam, navigating the turquoise waters,
Okay, the boat option.
or embark on a strenuous, multi-hour jungle hike.
Hike through the jungle. How tough.
It's a true test of endurance, rewarded with breathtaking views and a profound sense of accomplishment.
So you really, really have to want to go there.
It truly represents a reward for the determined traveler, a place where the effort of the journey is directly proportional to the profound sense of peace and natural beauty you find upon arrival.
Wow. An almost perfect metaphor for the island's hidden depths.
And the treasures awaiting those willing to explore beyond the beaten path.
Yeah.
So what's fascinating here is how these distinct geographical zones don't just exist side by side. They physically manifest the island's two faces, and indeed many more.
Multiple faces.
Within a relatively small landmass, you have these vastly different experiences, from the unbridled chaos of Haad Rin to the profound serenity of Sri Thanu and the wild beauty of the north.
The geography forces a choice.
It actively guides you towards a particular type of experience, profoundly influencing your perception of Koh Phangan as a whole. Our sources even touch on how this geographical segregation contributes to distinct microeconomies and expat communities,
Different bubbles.
creating a layered social fabric across the island that truly makes it a place of many worlds.
It's incredible to hear how the island's physical form dictates so much of its identity, carving out these unique zones. And once you're on these distinct faces of Koh Phangan, mastering local transport becomes an adventure in itself.
Oh, absolutely.
Your choice of how you get around isn't just about convenience. It fundamentally shapes your entire experience.
It really does.
Due to that challenging geography and the limited infrastructure we just discussed, getting from one region to another requires planning, a degree of confidence, and crucially, a healthy respect for safety.
Safety is a big one here.
This isn't a place where you can just hail a rideshare on an app or leisurely stroll from one side to the other, so let's talk about those options.
Absolutely. The mode of transport you choose is truly the key that unlocks a particular version of Koh Phangan for you, and sometimes, perhaps unintentionally, locks others away. Let's break down the main options,
Okay.
starting with the most popular and perhaps most perilous choice.
Uh-oh. Sounds like scooters.
You got it. Scooters or motorbikes are, without question, the most popular way to explore the island for many independent travelers.
Freedom, right.
They offer unparalleled freedom, allowing you to discover hidden coves, breathtaking viewpoints, and remote spots at your own pace, creating that undeniable sense of adventure.
And they're cheap to rent.
Very. Rentals are ubiquitous, available on almost every corner, with daily rates for a basic 125cc automatic scooter typically ranging from a very affordable 150 to 300 Thai baht.
That's like, what, $4 to $8 a day?
Roughly, yes. This affordability and flexibility are a huge draw for many, allowing for spontaneous exploration.
But there's always a but.
However, this freedom comes with significant risks that cannot be overstated, and our sources frequently highlight this as a major concern for visitors.
Okay, lay it out for us.
The roads on Koh Phangan are incredibly hilly, winding, and often poorly lit at night.
Tricky combination.
During, and critically immediately after rainfall, they become incredibly slippery and treacherous.
Oh, rain.
Coated with a dangerous mix of sand, gravel, and wet leaves that can catch even experienced riders off guard. Potholes are common, and local drivers are accustomed to these conditions, sometimes driving aggressively.
Sounds hazardous.
Tragically, scooter accidents involving tourists are alarmingly common, ranging from minor scrapes, often referred to as Thai tattoos,
Right, the gravel rash.
to serious injuries, broken bones, and even fatalities.
Okay, that's serious.
Therefore, renting a scooter should only be considered by experienced and confident riders who are comfortable with challenging road conditions.
Not for beginners.
Definitely not. Legally, a valid international driver's license with a motorcycle endorsement is required, and wearing a helmet is not just mandatory, but absolutely essential for your safety.
Do the police check?
Yes, local police enforce this, and fines are common. Novice riders or those uncomfortable with steep inclines, blind corners, and variable road surfaces should strongly consider other options,
Please do.
as the risks here are very real and can quickly turn a dream vacation into a nightmare. Plus, many travel insurance policies do not cover scooter accidents if you do not possess a valid motorcycle license.
Crucial point about insurance. Okay, so if scooters are risky, what else is there?
For those who prefer not to brave the roads on two wheels, songthos, literally meaning two rows.
The pickup trucks with benches.
Exactly. Those converted pickup trucks serve as the island's main form of public transportation. They patrol the main roads, and you can generally flag them down to get between major beaches and towns like Thongsala, Haad Rin, or Srithanu.
How do the fares work?
It's crucial, however, to negotiate the price with the driver before getting in.
Haggle first.
Always. Fares typically range from 100 to 300 baht per person, depending on the distance, the time of day, and how many others are sharing the ride.
So it varies.
It does. They are a safer option, especially at night, and offer a chance to interact with locals. They can also be hired as private taxis for a higher negotiated fee,
Okay.
which is often a practical and safer option for groups or families traveling to more remote locations or late at night when the main routes are quieter.
Makes sense. What about actual cars?
Finally, for families, larger groups, or those who prioritize safety and comfort above all else, renting a car or a 4x4 Jeep is an excellent choice.
Safer on those wet roads.
A car significantly mitigates the risks associated with wet roads and provides a much more comfortable way to navigate the island's steep inclines and winding paths, offering air-conditioned relief from the tropical heat.
AC is a bonus. What's the cost like?
Daily rental prices typically range from 500 to 1,700 baht, or about $14 to $47 US, depending on the vehicle type and condition.
More expensive, but maybe worth it for safety.
While more expensive, the peace of mind and enhanced safety, especially if you plan to explore widely or travel with children, can be invaluable. This option allows for more extensive exploration without the inherent risks of a scooter.
Good to have that option. Any other transport quirks?
Yes, it's important to note a few practical details. Ride-sharing apps like Grab, which are popular in mainland Thailand, do not operate on Koh Phangan.
No Grab, why not?
This is often attributed to the strong local taxi cooperative that effectively controls transportation services, ensuring local drivers benefit from tourism.
Local protectionism.
Seems like it. And while some areas like the centers of Haad Rin or Thong Sala are walkable for short distances, transportation is absolutely essential if you truly want to explore the island's diverse geography and experience its different faces.
You can't just walk everywhere.
Relying solely on walking will severely limit your ability to understand the island's full spectrum. You need wheels of some sort.
That's a critical point for anyone planning a visit. The challenges of navigating the island don't just affect logistics, do they? It sounds like they create a kind of cultural segregation.
That's a really good way to put it.
This means that your choice of transport, or even your comfort level with these options, fundamentally dictates which parts of Koh Phangan you genuinely encounter.
You've hit on a fascinating sociological implication, and our sources refer to this as the island's cultural segregation effect. The island's very structure, its steep roads, its dense jungle interior, the risks of scooter travel acts as a powerful, albeit unintentional force.
Unintentional segregation.
This challenging geography effectively discourages casual movement between regions, compelling visitors to commit to a particular zone or bubble during their stay, thereby shaping their entire perception of the island.
Can you give an example?
Think about it.
Yeah.
A party goer who arrives for the full moon party is almost certainly going to stay within the vibrant, self-contained Haad Rin bubble.
Right. They came for the party.
They'll rely on short walks to the beach, the shops catering specifically to them, maybe an occasional sangkawap trip to the pier. Their Koh Phangan will be almost exclusively neon, music, social interaction.
That's their reality of the island.
Their social circles, the local businesses they support, their understanding of the island will be entirely shaped by this experience. Conversely, a wellness seeker, having made the deliberate journey to Sri Thanu,
The yoga crowd.
will find a completely self-sufficient world of yogashalas, meditation centers, vegan cafes. They'll have little incentive, and perhaps even less desire, to brave the long and winding, potentially dangerous road south to Haad Rin.
Why would they?
Exactly. Their Koh Phangan will be entirely centered around tranquility, health, spiritual exploration, surrounded by like-minded individuals and supporting a very different segment of the local economy.
Two completely separate experiences on the same small island?
This physical separation isn't just a consequence of the terrain. It actively reinforces the island's dual identity, transforming it from a mere concept into a practical, lived reality for visitors.
It creates different worlds.
It fosters distinct local economies, separate expat communities, even different daily rhythms across the island. Your choice of transport and your comfort level with navigating these sometimes treacherous roads becomes the key.
The key that unlocks one version.
That unlocks a particular version of Koh Phangan, while simultaneously and quite profoundly locking others away. It dictates which of the island's faces you truly come to know, and which remain hidden, waiting for a different journey, a different perspective.
What a profound thought that your mode of transport literally shapes your reality on the island, acting as a gatekeeper to its different dimensions. It brings us full circle to our core idea. Koh Phangan is so much more than its most famous party.
So much more.
It's a place steeped in deep historical layers, boasting stunning natural beauty, and defined by a truly unique paradox, where the chaos actually, in a strange way, protects the calm.
That paradox is central.
We've seen how its rugged geography and even the journey of arrival intrinsically shape the experience, making it a choose-your-own-adventure destination where your choices have tangible impacts on what you encounter.
Your choices matter there, maybe more than other places.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? It encourages us to consider how often we allow a single, powerful image or a widely held reputation to define an entire place or even a concept or a person.
It's easy to do.
How often do we potentially miss the richer, more complex realities that lie beneath that surface impression simply because it's easier to accept the dominant narrative?
That's precisely the challenge this deep dive into Koh Phangan presents. In a world of information overload, where brands and single narratives often dominate our perceptions,
It's hard to escape them.
how crucial is it to deliberately seek out and understand the other faces of places, ideas, or even the people we encounter?
A call to look deeper.
Does the effort required to go beyond that immediate surface-level understanding, much like the strenuous jungle hike required to reach the idyllic seclusion of Bottle Beach,
Right, that effort.
ultimately yield a more profound, more nuanced, and ultimately more valuable understanding of the world around us?
A really interesting question to leave us with.
It's a question worth pondering long after you've imagined your journey to Koh Phangan, and perhaps a lesson we can apply to every new piece of information we encounter.